What's up? It's your main man Bolo Fresh
and D Black,
and we back with the Super Dope Fresh podcast, and we got the big homie Sergeant Surf, BBOY Surf, HBO crew,
SamuraiSurf,
SamuraiSurf, all these names. We're gonna talk about.
You got about 100 names.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of names that came out.
But I've always known you as Surf. That's what I've always known. I don't even know your real name, to tell you the truth. I hear Jamal or something like that. I don't even know if that's right.
I mean, one time Zach called me Jamal, and I looked. I was like, "Oh, that's me," because I was so used to surf.
Right.
That's the real b-boy, isn't that?
It is. It hits you, man.
You just know the b-boy name.
I have to separate the two sometimes. I'd be like, "No, it's just Jamal. It's just
Jamal." Yes. Okay. When did you first start going by the name Surf? When did you first hear that?
It was like early 2000s. I used to go by Silver Surfer or B-Boy the Silver Surfer, and you see how corny that sounds. You know, it was that for a while.
B-Boy the Silver Surfer?
Yeah, you know,
okay.
He was one of my favorite superheroes.
Got you.
Until one day, I was at practice with another homeboy of mine. I contacted my other homeboy. I was like, "Hey, we're doing practice over here. You know, if you want to come through, that's great." Then he hits me back, "Yo, Surf, I can't make it." I just sat there and I was just like,
solid.
That's much better. That's much better. And when I would tell people, you know, they tried to make fun of me when they first saw that I was breaking. They was like, "Oh, would you Bubba Shoot Jr.?" I was like, "No, man, B-Boy Surf." And one boy, he was like, "That is dope. That is dope." Like, anytime I tell people about Surf is my name, they be like, "Oh, that's dope."
Yeah, I like it. It sticks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's become your brand. That's what he's used.
Yeah, I've actually broken it down to I guess it's like acronym.
Right.
Smooth, undeniable, real flavor.
There you go. Okay.
Smooth, undeniable.
Y'all hear that? You put some time into that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
do you remember when you first started breaking?
It was, I would say, like, I was in high school. It was either my junior or senior year.
Okay.
I was with a group. We called ourselves the C-Boys.
Got it.
This in Columbus, Georgia. So we was watching Battle of the Year. This before we even got the DVD. We was at a friend's house, and he had it somehow on his laptop, on his computer, and we just sat there watching. I was like, "Yo, this is it for me."
Right. Okay.
You know, this is what I like to see. This is okay. I'm more interested in this. And then, of course, you know, watching Breakin 1 and 2.
Yeah, you got to catch the old schools.
Oh yeah, definitely. And in Columbus, Georgia, you know, it's a small town, and we had some breakers there. I remember one night, me and some homies, we went to Columbus State, and one of the seniors there, for his project, he did an actual b-boy show, and his mom cooked the food, and he's a Mexican, so you know, but he was deeply rooted in the culture, and I just watched, and it was like, this is it, this is real. And
boom,
moving to Atlanta, like, you know, about 2000, I moved to Atlanta in 2003, but then 2005. That's when I started to get back into it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back to where we met.
Yeah, just looking around and like, okay, this is, all right, let me get my feet wet. Meeting y'all, and that started the gears going in. You know, looking back.
Yeah. Okay. If y'all don't know, this the crew brother right here, HBO.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, how did you end up linking up with HBO crew? You know, was that the first crew you met coming in, or you just found your way to that?
It was, I would say this much, I heard about HBO, because the first, Loose Goose is not my first jam I went to, but it was my first like real b-boy jam.
Gotcha.
The first one was it was an all-stars jam, and that was one the SBs won.
Gotcha.
And I saw that, and that's when I actually met. I saw in the Dark Knight, and I was like, okay. Then somebody else told me about the Relapse Theater HBO crew, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna go check it out. And at first I was scared because I thought that it was just exclusively for HBO.
Right.
But I said, you know what, if it is and they kick me out, I learned something. But I got there and I met Gizmo, aka Gizmosis Jones.
Young brother Giz.
He was one of my first teachers, you know what I mean? Like, I would do footwork, he was like, nah, slow down. Do this.
Right.
Fix yourself. And I still wasn't HBO, but the first crew I actually got with was in Atlanta, as far as I know. It was Midnight Suns. That was me and Live from Somewhere.
Okay, I know Live.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dudes,
so we was in a crew together. He said there was other people, but I only talked to him on the phone. But, you know, for a while we was Midnight Suns. So the second crew I got into was TBB, the Bronx Boys crew.
Yeah.
You know, that was via Zap.
Shout out to all the Bronx Boys, brothers,
Yep.
sisters,
All the
TBB in the
all
building.
the Mecca people.
represent.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But then it was like getting to HBO. That was the staple, because what happened was, I remember the time I was getting into the HBO, I just lost my job and I was going through some stuff.
Right.
So it was about the perfect time to get battled in, because we was at Clue's house.
Illuminati, yes.
And
I've been hearing about getting battled in, like
Ricky
wow.
Washington.
it was real.
The things I've heard is like you could go rounds.
All
This
night.
This was full like this. At this time, I was just that upset. I just didn't care. And I was like, if they want to come get me, come get me. But Zach was there. Sister Hayes was there. All the SBs, Clue. So, well, we're just jamming, everything, music's on. And then we just start throwing rounds. And, and one thing about when you get battled in, you don't know when it's coming until it's coming. And I knew that day, I was like, yeah, they're going to get me. They're coming after me. And the SBs came after me with Clue with such force. Zach jumped in for a while. Hayes jumped in for a while. Zach went on the couch to go to sleep. Hayes went somewhere to go to sleep. They woke up and we were still battling.
Still going.
You got wow. Really about it,
We must have battled for about a good 3 hours.
Wow. That's a long time.
Yeah, no bathroom breaks. I was that in the zone, and they came after me. It was like we just went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then the next day, Giz, it's like, hey, we're going to MJQ. I'm like, word, I'm with it. So I go to MJQ, I'm with him, Instigate. Shout out to brother Instigate.
Yeah.
We get there.
Our crew goes deep now, y'all.
Oh, we got there, and it's another battle. They're like, oh, it's part 2.
Wow.
It's part 2.
Still going.
Giz coming after me. Clue coming after me. Instigate. So we're battling, and Quick comes through the door. Quick is like, yo, what's going on? We're battling surfing. And it's just, and then Speedy was there. With Funk
was the brother,
it was just all night. But we had so much fun, though. So at the end of it all, I get congratulations. And I was like, this is what it means to be part of a real crew. They treat you like family. It's not just about, we got to win the biggest and best jams all around. It's your family. Do you need help? Are you good?
Right.
So that's what I love about HBO. It's like, it's not just, we're just a crew of guys who get together to win jams. No, it's, hey, you good? Because I remember a few times.
True family, yeah.
I remember one time I was homeless. I got kicked out of one place. So I came to Clue. I was like, yo, I need a place to stay. And Clue was like, I got you, man.
Right.
He looked out for me. He looked out for me. I remember another time I was saying, like, man, I'm really miss my family. And Gibbs was like, I'm going to come get you. He drove by, picked me up. It's like, yo, I'm going to come get you.
Right. That's how it worked, though, man. It is a family. Like, we call it a crew, but it's really, especially that, from what I've seen, it does operate like a family. But I've seen you take more of a leadership role over the years, to where you started being the one to plan events and to get other people excited about what was going on in the b-boy industry. Like when I first met you, like I said, you were figuring your way around the battle scene and dancing and going to events. But now it's like when I hear surf, like you actually doing big things for the whole industry.
Right. Everybody know that's that dude.
Wow.
The sergeant.
I will say this much, just because of what you guys do.
Right.
So, because when I first got started, I remember, I think it was one event. It was in Centennial Park. It was we was dancing there, and they was like, "Hey, come on, we're gonna go dance." I'm like, okay, cool. So we did it. I think you came up to me like, "Yo, here's payment for your service."
Right.
And that let me know, okay, I can get paid for this correctly.
Right. I think the American Cancer Society.
They had a big stage out there.
They, it was cold in the morning. I remember this event. It was cold, and they needed somebody to keep everybody's energy up. And I was like, I got these breakdancers now. I can't guarantee, but if I can get them to come, they will definitely make sure everybody's energy and blood levels up. And y'all showed up. I didn't think y'all was gonna show up because it was early.
Cold. We probably stayed up all night.
We stayed up all night. So I was like, man, I don't know. I was nervous. But I was like, man, I hope they show up. And I remember that. I forgot about that. I was there. That's right. You was there.
That and watching Bolo do the supadopefresh, it inspired me because I also watched Giz when he threw him and Zap. They would throw loose screws.
Right.
So I think what really got a taste of it when we had Evolution coming to town.
Oh yeah.
We did a lot of Evolution.
Evolution Jam.
I came to Giz and it was like, all right, we'll put you on. You can work and whatever. So it's really like now I seen the behind the scenes. What it looks like for a jam. So every time we throw loose screws, my thing is like, all right, how can I help? What do you need me to do? You know, you need me to guard the door? I got the door. You need me to check people at the door? I got that too. You need me to go in the ciphers, make sure nobody acting out of line? I got that too.
Right.
Because I don't mind having fun. Like, having fun, the jam is cool, but when it's our jam, I want to make sure that everyone else is having fun. You know,
it's a big responsibility. A lot of people, people didn't know me. I was always behind the scenes, but a lot of times they didn't know what I was doing. I was just making sure everybody was all right.
Yeah.
Making sure that there was money to pay people, you know, when the battle was said and done. Like, a lot of that times, that was what we was doing. We just and you don't really get to enjoy the event as much when you do that. So now, like, we be so happy we can just go to an event and wear our shirts. We don't have to sell that. People like, y'all not vending? No, we just
you don't
here.
understand how much behind the scenes work we do.
Yeah, we've earned that to just be able to show up at an event and enjoy the event now. But I now that you mentioned that, I remember, like, you put in a lot of work. Like, you've been on the scene for a while.
You know,
put work in.
I'll say it's thanks to, you know, the local guys who trained me. That would be Gizmosis Jones, Zapper, Quick, Mr. Cool. Shout out to Risen from the Ashes,
right?
Tonio, Misfit, Alpha Tryon. You know, anytime I've had questions, I ask and they always give.
Right.
So it's like, I love putting in the work and I want to brag about it. You see me out here? Hey, what's up, Surf? Yo.
Right.
Going back to the dungeon. Going back to whatever it is I got to do. You know, put in the work.
You do move quiet, like, but every time, like, you got so much energy though. Still, like, you're quiet, but yet your energy, like, at any point, it's funny that they call you Surf, because just like even in the ocean, like that it recedes, and then when it comes back, it hits hard. Like, you have that same mentality where you can come with the energy when needed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and really I'm just looking forward to the youth, you know, them picking up. I see we have a lot of the youngsters coming up. And I look at them like, okay, scene's gonna be all right. They're gonna take care of things. They got this, because we're gonna bridge the gap. You know,
right?
It's more. I also learned from, like, Mendez, aka Mad Clout.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, we would listen to him. He would tell us stories. So now it's up to us. We tell the younger generation, okay, this is what we did back in the day.
Right.
You know?
We see you traveling too, man. You up in New York, Panama, like, you're going around and you're spreading the culture. You help to cultivate the culture. Like, how did that come about, even with your work with TBB?
All right,
and what all do you do now?
First and foremost, let me give a shout out to my crew in Panama, FullStyle Fam. You know, a la Panama. So those guys were the ones. I first met my boy Master D in New York. So meeting them, that was really cool. And then they said, hey, you know, if you ever get a chance, come to Panama. And that was my first out of the States experience.
This ain't Panama City, Florida. We talking about Panama. Yeah, real Panama.
I went there and I was like, all right, I don't know what to expect, but let's have fun. But, you know, going over there, I got to teach workshops, got to meet a lot of people. And teaching workshops is something different, because most of them, you know, they can't speak English, but they can kind of understand it.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that language barrier. How was it dealing with that?
When it comes to, I guess, you know, the culture, they can understand movements. They can understand, especially if they're doing b-boy, they can understand, okay, this is footwork, and this is the way that I'm showing you guys in order to help you grow out of this. So, you know, also I still have to learn Espanol.
Right.
I'm working on it too, bro.
Man,
we got to go back to Panama together.
Man, it's lovely. It is hot, but the people there are generous, man. They are so lovely. Like, every time I go over there, they take care of me. I get over there, they're like, we got a place where you stay. We'll feed you. You know.
Yeah, we always talk about that though. Hip hop b-boy that crosses all those language barriers, culture barriers. Hip hop is that thing that
it's crazy. Every show, that's something I'm finding that's in common with the b-boys and b-girls, that they're taken care of wherever they are. It's like a global fraternity that's kind of unspoken of. You don't even have to speak on it. It's just when you dare, you're good.
Yes, you got to. They always took care of me. I remember, I think the last time I was there, you know, before everything blew up with the pandemic.
Right.
I was there, and I also teach kids workshop. There's another guy. His name is Cooper. So I gave him Cooper. Shout out to Cooper. Cooper's like, yo, Jamal, You know, over there, they know me as Surf, but they're like, yo, Jamal.
Right.
You know, go there, we teach these kids. We went to this one area, and it is hood.
Right.
I'm talking about dangerous hood.
Gotcha. So
we get there, you know, because he's like, all right, we're going to teach kids here, but we're going to leave in the afternoon because at night, it's dangerous.
They're popping off.
And this is how serious it was. We got there, you know, and like probably 12 police came in there where we was going to teach at. Nice guys though, didn't bother us at all. You know, they found out I was a B-boy, so one guy, he wanted to battle me, so I was like, okay, yeah, we'll do it, you know, but really nice.
Okay.
Really nice. I mean, it was in the hood, but those kids had so much potential. They wanted to learn. They picked up on everything, and they did it their own way. They were so interested in the culture and what we are doing. So it's like, well, let me give you what I know, what I have. You take this and you grow.
Man, that's an important part of this. Like it's that each one teach one philosophy. Mm-hmm. But I see those kids out there, they don't have the best facilities, like the best floors. I've seen them dance on dirt and concrete and cracked floors.
But they doing it.
They're getting it.
They doing it. They don't even know getting down.
They doing moves that you really probably ain't supposed to do on floors like that. But they figure they do it. They train their bodies to take it. And I used to tell my kids it's hard for y'all to battle kids like that because they got this hunger that y'all probably won't ever experience.
Yeah, you up in the studio with this nice facilities.
Right, with the AC y'all.
Soft floors. And they out here in broken concrete floors with broken ACs and it's hot, but they coming.
Okay.
They coming. They got hunger in their eyes. And when they learn the right stuff,
yeah, man. I think it's beautiful though to see that. And I'm glad that you've been able to contribute to that scene and still doing it from what I'm hearing, you know. It's like a part of who you are now.
Still traveling and teaching in town.
You know, it is fun. Teaching also helps you learn. Because sometimes I'm sitting there by myself and I'm like, all right, if I'm going to teach them a 6-step, then I slowly break it down. Then I'm like, oh snap, I just learned something new.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But also it's more like I'm learning how can I communicate with them to have them understand this.
Gotcha.
How can I explain this to them clearly where they know what to do. But also, especially with the kids I'm teaching now, it's like, I'm not looking for you to be perfect, but I'd like for you to be you.
I think
they do what I ask, and I'm like, that's good. That's good. You know, that's good.
Yeah, I think it's really important to find yourself in any form of art and just find your own thing. And I think that's something is really, it may be difficult to teach because I think it should come natural, you know, but you got to allow yourself to be free enough to let it happen. And that makes it. I know that's my block. That's probably why I don't dance now because I'm always thinking about what somebody else going to think.
It's hard being a teacher.
I'm thinking like I'm probably looking stupid right now, but when you're really doing it, you can't think about nothing outside of your own body, your own mind, and you just in this element, and it's almost like you in the whole venue by yourself.
True.
Let the beat move.
Y'all probably know more about that feeling than me.
Yeah, man, you let the beat move.
Like when you reach that moment where nothing else outside even matters, the only thing you hear is the beat. Like that got to be a magical feeling.
It is.
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
Oh yeah.
It's like when you hear that music, you know. When I first started, I was watching people like Giz and Quick, and the way they would dance is what I wanted to represent because they would just be so in the zone. The way they told their story.
Yeah.
Right.
Another person, AJ.
Oh yeah.
The way he would tell a story.
Bring parts out of the beat that you didn't even know was in there.
But those are guys like I've never seen them just do a lot of like crazy power moves, but the way they dance,
real true dance,
the footwork, you know, the top rock, like these guys danced, and they make you feel every stroke of the beat, every hi hat, every kick drum, every piano sample. Like they would dance to each one of those elements in the beat. It's almost like they could dissect a beat with dance.
Yeah. So the true essence of the dance, and not just let me just do crowd pleasers and all that. And
that would fit my style.
That's what I love about the crew and you guys. We always vibe like that. Like we're gonna rock this beat first and foremost.
It's flavor.
Yeah,
flavor, plain and simple. You know?
We're gonna have to definitely get back into this, man. We're gonna take a quick break and just want y'all to join with us again, and we're gonna get back into it and talk some more surf.
Yeah, we're gonna dive deep into
surf.
it and let them surf on with it. We're gonna talk about a little bit of everything.
ATL's on with supadopefresh. Right back at you.
up, y'all? Welcome back to the Super Dope Fresh podcast. It's your main man, Bolo Fresh.
D Black is in the house.
And we got B-Boy Surf, a.k.a.
Still in here with Surf.
In the building.
Yes, we've been talking, chopping it up with
Good
Surf.
stuff, man.
You know,
Good
just we covered a lot of ground. One of the things that I have discovered about you too was your history with the ATL breaker. So I wanted to make sure we got into that.
We got to get on
and,
that.
and just like, how did you get started in that? Like,
Tell us what the ATL breakers are first.
Because you was there from the beginning.
Yeah, so shout out to all my ATL breakers who are watching this. So the thing was that when the Braves first moved to Cobb County, you know, there was a lot of controversy about it. You know, a lot of people not happy with them moving out there.
Oh yeah, they brought traffic and congestion, all kind of stuff.
So I was kind of nervous at first too, because I heard about the gig via Frantic. Frantic posted up on one of the pages, and I looked and I was like, I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this because, you know, I'm a Braves fan, and I want to see what this opportunity gets me. So the audition, it was me and JoJo. We was the only two there, you know, audition. So we did the audition. They loved us. It's another guy who came on, Ahmed. Okay. He auditioned another day. So it's just the three of us for the entire year. And we only did Fridays and Saturdays.
Okay, I don't know. This is official Atlanta Braves promotional dances here. This big stuff, big gigs here, and representing HBO crew with it too.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, fast forward, we got through the end of the season. Then, you know, asked my boss, hey, you know, do you want us to come back? He's like, definitely, because apparently, like the first year was just kind of an experiment.
Okay, so it was trying it all out.
Yeah. And then, you know, it's got
the fans liked it and whatnot.
They liked it, you know. It got to the point that, okay, hey, come back and bring some more people. So I want to spread the word. I say, hey, ATL Breakers, they're doing another audition on this day. Come through, try out, do your best. You know, a lot of people came out, and I was very happy because it gives people an opportunity to get paid for dancing.
Right.
Yes.
And the benefits, you know.
Right.
Your party, you know, Atlanta Braves franchise.
This
is huge, you know, for Atlanta B-boy. This
for your resume, you know, that's huge.
Yeah, you know, that led on to catching on a spot with the Atlanta Hawks for their squad.
Right.
And it just got better and better. Like I was saying earlier, I think it was last year, they let us go to Florida. What they did, they turned around and said, okay, we're taking you guys to Florida. You got a hotel. You're going to do shows, and you're going to get to enjoy the nightlife.
Nice.
Everybody was responsible, you know, and we had so much fun. It was like, wow, they're really taking care of us out here. You know, they're really watching out for us. And I thought to myself, I guess I've hit success maybe, but I'm getting paid to dance.
I think that's like one of the ultimate goals, though. Like anything you do to get paid is like a form of recognition for your craft.
You can get paid to do what you love.
Even without that, though, I never really looked. I just remember I was at I worked in corporate America, so I was at I think autotrader.com and we had box seats, and I remember just being at an event. And I look on the Jumbotron and I see these breakdancers and I'm like, I'm familiar with HBO crew, so I'm like, okay, this is dope right here. They got then they zoom in and I was like, that's Surf. I like that. That's crew.
Surf on the screen.
Yeah, so I'm recognizing people I know and I'm telling the people like I'm with the Adobe team. Like these are execs and I'm like I know these guys. Like these guys, we came up together and that feeling right there was worth more to me than any amount of money. Just to be able to say, look, that's family right there on that screen. And to have my peers feel excitement with me. Like you introduced them to the world of breaking without even knowing them. You still ain't never met them. Right. But you spread that positivity through your dance.
Anytime somebody tell me they're going, I say, I'm going to check my boys out.
Yeah, I've been waiting to tell you that story just so you know how important what you're doing and what you've done.
We're going to see y'all first.
Right.
Then we're going to watch the game.
It is truly a blessing because getting paid to do what I love, but the payment itself has helped me pay off bills, help pay off rent, put money towards my daughter for college.
Right.
So I'm happy about it.
You was just talking to me about stocks. That's what impressed me too. Like me and Bolo, we invest in stocks. So to hear you say that as well, it shows me a level of maturity that you don't always see from like true artists or the b-boys.
Yeah, we might need to speak on that on just that.
No, it's grown man business.
So
It's grown man business.
it's coming up through how do real b-boy grown man business.
Exactly, because let's face it, you can't be in your 20s forever.
Right.
Trying to do this and whatnot. And it would be nice to be able to go to a jam and, even if you don't win the jam, you can walk out and be like, all right, that's cool. I didn't win the prize money, but I can still pay my rent.
Right.
I can still pay my bills. I'm good. I don't need the prize money.
Right.
And that feels really good. And so as far as the stock is concerned, I started, taking little bit by little bit, just looking into it. I also bought a little bit of stock at monster.com.
Right.
Or the Monster Energy drink, to be honest, because I like what they do.
Right.
I know it's a controversy and everything. I don't care about that. I like what they do. I like the fact that they are putting on b-boys and b-girls, breakers in general,
Right.
so they can get money.
You gotta respect that though, man.
Exactly.
It's like you allowing people that we know that look like you and me to go out and make $1 doing something they love.
Exactly.
Big ups them out there, them out there with Monster too. They doing their thing.
Yeah, to all those monster dancers, like we really appreciate you. Keep doing what you do. We're gonna keep supporting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just to hear you speak on those terms, because I always tell people like when I first got introduced, because we've already started businesses and selling shirts, and people told us we couldn't have a business that would succeed because breakdancers don't spend money, they don't have money, they don't have jobs, and they just travel around. But what I'm seeing though is that as they get older, they do get jobs and they do find ways to make money, and they give back. They teach other little kids, and you start to see this movement get bigger and bigger. You see the Monster events now, the Red Bull events now. And it's like the Olympics. The Olympics too. So it's like the culture is growing. So all that stuff that stuff is gone.
Yeah.
Like you can't use that as an excuse now. I'm a b-boy. I'm staying true to who I am. No, you can get out there and make some money.
True to who you are.
We got to find a way to show how to make money.
If they want to stay broke, I'm like,
you gotta admit, that was a big thing. Like, it was almost considered selling out if you took commercial gigs. Or if you danced any choreographed routine, you would almost get called out like you selling out. Like, no, man, they trying to get that money.
Gotta make a living.
We've seen, if anything, history has shown us, we've seen our OGs, our elders, Orko, for example.
Right.
He's done lots of that stuff.
Oh, lot.
And no one stepped in him with that.
Commercials to
He's
movies,
done theater, movies.
Everything.
I didn't realize how big his resume was, so we started talking to him, and then you look his name up and you start learning about his history. He's been in some of the most major movies in the industry that's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, wow. And people still call him for international battles. Like, he's still flying out.
I had that same issue at first when going to the ATL Breakers, because I thought people would look at me a little different. But I realized I was like, they don't pay my bills.
Right.
I have to pay my bills. So, hey, if I could get paid for this, cool. If they don't like it, not my problem.
Man, I remember going to Cirque du Soleil and seeing people I recognized, like b-boys, and that's a huge production right there. You talking about millions of dollars a year, and they're recruiting talent from people that we know, from our pool of friends.
Mm-hmm.
So if they could get in on, it's taking off.
Yeah.
Because what people are realizing that you have to be athletic, and you're in it, so I'm sure you're aware of the athleticism that it takes to go out and perform week after week.
Yeah, it is a lot. Matter of fact, I would say this much: for people who wonder about us as ATL breakers, they tell you straight up, it's going to be hot. You're going to be dancing on different surfaces, and you're going to be dancing, quite a lot. So it is a very good idea for people to be in shape or be ready for the challenges ahead. We've had shows where out there and the sun is just beaming down.
Oh, wow.
And we're out there on the concrete.
That concrete in that battery. Ain't no joke.
It hits you, but at the same time, I'm like, I still have fun. Because I still love doing this.
One thing we didn't touch on, though, I know don't you have like a martial arts background?
Yes.
Like, how does that play into
SamuraiSurf come in?
We can't let SamuraiSurf come on this show and not talk about martial arts.
All right, so I am a student of 2 martial arts, Aikido and Iaido. And about 2 years ago, I finally earned my black belt in Iaido.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
That's a big step.
It was funny because the first year I went out for my black belt, I failed. And it was difficult. It set me back a little bit, but I kept going to the dojo. I remember that like a week after I failed, I was in the dojo and we're practicing one particular technique with our iaidos, and I accidentally hit myself on the top of the forehead.
Oh wow.
And I had to go get stitches because, the skin was falling off. So that had me kind of put out for a while, but I kept going back. And my sensei, he really worked with me. The day before my test, he was relentless. He was like, do it again.
Oh wow, it takes some discipline. And I think that's one of the things I wanted to ask you about. Like, how does that translate over into the world of breakdance?
Discipline and b-boyisms. What
you know what to do and when to do it. To me, it's like they all form this link. Because I like cooking, I like martial arts, I like dancing, I like art in general.
Right.
But they all connect because creativity. So it's like you start off with your basics. Your basics in martial arts. They tell you the footwork, hand placements, everything like that. But once you get to a certain level, then you start getting creative. Well, what if I do this? What if I do this? Same thing with b-boy.
Okay.
You know your basics.
Basic
when you're supposed to be your basics forms, but once you got that down, now you can do your own thing. Same with cooking. You got people out there who can do ramen noodles. Well, now they know the basics. They can start doing whatever they want.
Gotcha.
It's
add your own flavor to it, right?
Add your own flavor. That's the main thing. Add your own flavor.
I think that's how we talk about, like the element of heart, like that, where you can't always know exactly what you're gonna do in these moments when you're battling. Like I said, even when you're cooking, like what if the person before you did every move you was gonna plan to do? Now what do you got left?
Yeah, that's
you got to be able to get out and create something.
That's a serious thing. That's what the reason I love martial arts, because it makes me confront the fear. Because I get there, you never know if you're gonna the sensei is gonna yell at you, or you're gonna get thrown extra hard or get hurt. But it's like, get on that.
Oh yeah, I quit, just so y'all know. I was in martial arts earlier. Once we started competing, I was good, fast. But I didn't have. I didn't have that instinct to fight, and it just wasn't a thing I did, and I ended up quitting. But it's one of the things I regret. I'm like, maybe I should have kept going.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It was a good thing for me overcoming that fear through that, stepping out there.
It's good for you, because it's the same thing. You think to yourself, well, if I can step into this dojo and train with this person who's probably bigger and stronger and more experienced than me, and Aikido teaches me no matter how many times we get thrown down, we can get back up.
Right.
Well, then I can keep doing the b-boy. People come to you, I smoked you, but you didn't kill me.
Right.
I'm still alive.
Right.
I killed your career. No, I'm still alive. I can keep going. It's not the enemy. My body is still functioning. You may have.
I think that's an important thing. A lot of people. I think a lot of people really don't know how to lose.
Yeah.
And it hurts so bad. I've seen people try to fight judges and stalk judges after the battle. After the decision been made, you gonna walk behind the judge the rest of the event and try to make him uncomfortable.
And they ain't gonna tell you, it's like arguing with the ref.
Exactly. The call is made. The call is made. Right. They're not gonna turn around and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And in some cases, we've seen that. One judge be like, "Oh, I should have voted for you." I'm like, "Hey, that's all good."
Yeah, we've had those conversations after jams and after battles. It is what it is. We just go, HBO. We just go back and get with it, practice, grind, and come on back with it with more flavor at the next jam.
It's not that serious a deal. You may have lost, but you can still come back.
You're still alive.
You can still go cipher.
That's an important thing to learn right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we can speak on, with the TBB element of it. Coming into leading with the Bronx Boys, right?
Do you hold position with TBB?
I am currently right now the chapter president of the Atlanta chapter.
Yes, sir.
So shout out to all my TBG peoples.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of thing. I got voted in on it because I asked.
Yeah.
I think Giz was asking all right, how many of y'all want Surf to do it?
Yeah, Giz was the prez, and
Giz was getting tired too at one point. He had the family coming in. Life. You know how life hits us all. And I just remember him saying, "Man, I need to find somebody that can hold this responsibility."
It takes some humbleness to give it and some humbleness to take it.
But I have to give a shout out to Matt D.
He
2020. Comes up with the ideas. He's like, "Yo, we could do a canned food drive. We could do a help the homeless food drive or a clothing drive." And I'm like, let's run it. You know what I mean? He's the dude. He's come up with it. Landa, she keeps us our minds in check.
Right.
If ever we get out of pocket, I can depend on Landa to be like, "Yo, come here. You out of pocket. Fix yourself."
Right.
And I know it's out of love. I know it's not to be spiteful. I know she's like, you out of pocket, and I love you, but I gotta get you back right.
It's. I mean, you gotta think though. That's TBB is and TBG is. That's a global brand.
Yeah.
Now it's grown even since I first found out about it. So to carry that torch and to make sure that you move in the same guidelines that the brand wants you, that has to be a challenge.
It is, because looking at it now, we're kind of on the chill, especially with everything going on.
Right.
But when we do stuff, we do stuff.
Right.
And as far as our chapter is concerned, it's not about just being the biggest, baddest dancer. It's about, okay, what can we do to help the community?
Right. I'm
Especially
so
someone
these positive moves.
He's out there. How can we help the community give back? And what can we give to the people out there instead of just being like, well, TBB? No, it's how can we help you guys?
More than some famous dancer to look up to, or something like that. Actually making moves.
Yes.
And helping people out.
I love to see that with any organization that's willing to. Everything should be about giving back.
Yes.
If we don't give back, that there's little hope for any future.
Yeah.
Really, because I think the kids, when they see you giving back, then they grow up, they're gonna do the same thing. Like we learn from each other.
That legacy.
It just happens like that. That's the way life goes. It goes in a cycle.
Yeah.
And so we always talk about that. Like people talk about getting older and stuff like that, but I love it. Every year that I have a birthday, like I love it because I think that it's time for us to step in those footprints. Like we watch Zap and all those guys run events and host events and set up events and things. It's time for them to, they've really, a lot of them have already said, I'm out. Like, it's on y'all now. They've already told us.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, so now it is on us. We got to organize events and raise the money. And it's not always fun, but it's rewarding.
It is.
It's work.
It is. I saw that firsthand with a lot of jams that Gibbs would be there. Everybody's having fun, but I saw the behind the scenes stuff where it's like, all right, he's up all night trying to make sure people are good. He's got to go drive to
I was about to say, drive
and bring them here.
Them airport rides, man.
Housing people, feeding people.
Yeah, I've had a few people who stayed at the house before. I remember the Colorado chapter guys, Reach, A-Rock, they was at my house. We had fun. Hayes over there too. We sat there, we had fun. And it's always fun when B-boys just, get together and talk about B-boying.
Man, it's so much fun, so much laughing. I remember laughing all night,
Always a good vibe.
Yeah, man, it's just always a good vibe, for real.
Always.
And it's like, I think, especially in Atlanta when we used to throw events, the people that own venues, and they always want us to have like $1 million insurance policies and all these things because they looked at hip hop as violent.
As soon as you hear that word,
like I could throw a rock concert with a mosh pit in 3 different locations, like dangerous mosh pits, and they would give me that venue before they give me a hip hop event.
Yeah,
and that's just the vibe. It's kind of a stereotype.
That's a negative stereotype.
That's a stereotype that came with it. So to see the B-boys coming up and B-boys throwing these events, and there is no history of violence with B-boy events. Even the music, like you playing funk and James Brown, like you playing stuff that makes people want to dance and just have a good time.
That is true. When it comes to these events, it's more about we come together to have fun. Especially with Loose Screws, is more of, okay, if you got beef with someone, if you want to battle, come to Loose Screws.
Right.
You can settle the score right there. If they want to fight, do it with someone else. But if you want to battle, there's a cipher, go at it.
Get a little aggression out on dance.
Exactly. Give respect.
Yeah, let the winner win.
But it's all love.
But yeah, I do like that about everything that's happening right now. It's just it's a good industry, So I didn't expect that when I first was introduced to it. Like I just didn't know what to expect. Really, it was just like I see all these kids and they're spinning on their like the old people say they spinning on their heads and like I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But as you get to know people and like yourself, you just see, man, there's a lot of love here.
We appreciate you being one of those positive leaders around.
Yeah, where can people find you at? Are you on Instagram?
Anywhere. Instagram is SamuraiSurf.
SamuraiSurf.
See, I just started my SoundCloud, just making, producing beats. So
yes,
you can look on SoundCloud, Surf the Shogun. That's on there.
Please do that. We got to support these talents. We're gonna do some music together too.
Yeah, definitely.
We're gonna talk about that off camera. We're gonna get some music together.
Oh yes.
Rizzo already looking for you. He got some
Yeah,
projects.
I can feel his eyes. He's like, believe it.
Right. Yes, sir, man. We appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for the opportunity.
This family.
Peace.
Super Dope Fresh Podcast.
Samurai
ATL's
Surf.
own Samurai Surf.
Yeah.